everything. Like, it just closed, and then I had to
we're
log back in.
Alright.
Sorry about recording.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I was able to just start us right back up. Hopefully those will be 2 separate ones, and maybe I'll figure out how to do video recording one of these evenings.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
Chris just went to the restroom really quick.
No worries, that's good. I'm just doing some quick calculations for who knows what might be happening soon.
How did you make this town by hand? Like, that's a lot of drawing.
Generator.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, I want to use that for, like, stories.
I can send you the link so you can use that sort of thing. I did some more editing on it because it's very, like, shades of brown, so I put it in Photoshop and, like, moved some stuff over, some pretty basic and easy stuff to make it work, but, yeah.
That's so cool.
Right, so there's a couple different ways they can do, like, different sizes. So there's, like, a small, medium, and large towns. Larges usually have, like, another area that looks like this is clearly the castle.
Okay.
And here's the inside space. I can share another one with you that I did for a major town in Chris's other campaign that I'm doing with him. That was like this huge space with like 5 different, I guess they're neighborhoods. Yeah, like these other huge spaces, and it was like, okay, now I had to go in and like plan out where certain things were in the city and where they could get around or what you could find in certain places. It was intense.
That's really cool, but it totally looks like an ancient medieval town in the way the structure's just kind of propped up, you know?
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, not intentionally organized in any capacity.
A generator did that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I thought maybe, because I think I've seen them before.
Yeah, there's a couple different generators that I've kind of worked with. This is the one that I like the most, hands down. Okay. Yay. So I do a thing where I'm able to kind of look in and put all down. Where I like have a list of like what the possible things we're gonna fight is, and it's listed on my notes. And then they have a thing that'll tell me like, this is how much health hit points I have to create for this one, or here's the kind of dice that you roll, the equation for it. And I haven't done that yet. I usually like to try and do all the HP and initiative in advance, and I was like, fail in preparation.
So that's okay.
Just finish that real quick, nice and easy and ready to go.
Perfect.
Cool. So you're working your way around the edge, seeing the people who are out and about. You haven't seen Mommy yet, but it definitely seems that while the creatures in her carnival are not asleep anymore, they're starting to wake up. They're not rambunctious by any means, but they're kind of waking and moving a bit more. You kind of come to that long side around the back. There's a couple other small shrines. It doesn't say Avalon on it, so you're not really stopping to look at what they are. But way back in the corner, there is kind of a small little one just off to the side for Avalon.
Yay! Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Marjorie, look! There's one for Avalon! Yay! So, I wander over and I put a whole silver on at Avalon Shrine too.
Okay. And you wait for a couple minutes and nothing happens.
Weird. Marjorie falling to the ground in tears. I don't feel anything. She didn't leave me a message. I'm sure she's fine. I hope so. I just saw her a few days ago. A couple days ago.
Maybe she's testing you.
Probably. And I have my angelic guide now, if we get into trouble, so. Okay. Alright, so then we move on from Avalon Shrine.
You kind of just make your way around, and you're back just basically by the edge of the tavern at this point.
Okay. So, do you want to stay and watch the show a little bit, or you want to go in and turn in for the night?
I think we should stay and watch a little.
Okay. So, I guess if possible, we kind of hang out maybe on the side of our tavern there, just kind of hang back, but not in the front.
Sure.
I mean, for Pete's sake, I'm 6'2", and she's nothing to shake a stick at either, but... So, kind of towards the back, just kind of seeing how it goes down.
Mommy appears and starts wandering around and collecting money, getting her paycheck for the evening. Stops in front of you two and is like, "Well, all right then."
Oh my gosh!
Friends, Mommy. You don't have to give us the tour again. We'll just wait back here.
Mommy, we escorted you into the town.
That was your choice. That was not a contract by any means. If you'd like to stay and watch, you're gonna have to pay up.
All right.
I got the two. Wait, was it one gold? Yeah.
One per person, right?
Alrighty.
You got it?
I got you this time.
Thank you, Margaret. Man, you drive a hard bargain, Mommy.
Gotta make a living.
Okay. So Margaret hands over the money.
Excellent. You got Wanda's right muttering like, "Those caravan crates don't build themselves." And then so she ends up coming back around, and everyone kind of goes quiet, and she starts her presentation, showing off each of these 5 magnificent creatures as they kind of wander around, and people are oohing and eyeing and really excited as to what they're seeing. There's a couple of torches out and about, a number of torches that are out in the square that have kind of lit up downtown, or this kind of square area a bit more. And she gets, after she kind of does the bit, a little bit of a bit about each one, there's a bit of a history thing that she says about each one of them, how she got them. And then as she is done with that, she invites everyone to kind of slowly, one at a time, in a single file line, get a little bit closer look and see all of the creatures up close. Which you can choose to partake in or not.
How do you pay for it?
We did. Okay, alright, might as well take those look again. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, as you kind of walk through, you're able to kind of see the animals being a little more lively this time. The serpent's just kind of moving around. It doesn't, you can't really see the head, it's just kind of like the mass of the body and some movement of the different parts of it. The satyr has its hands kind of holding the bars, and it's kind of huffing a little bit, but otherwise not really moving. The dragon is still kind of sleepy at this point. It's not really up and moving. And you can tell it's sleeping with its mouth a little bit open, and as it breathes in, you can see a bit of a fire is just inside and brewing a little bit. Almost feels like, it looks like there's a torch inside of it. The manticore is kind of pacing back and forth and growling. And then as you get to the last one, you see the harpy. She looks at both of you dead in the eyes again and flaps a little bit.
Chilling.
Mm-hmm. And then you walk past the final one with the curtain still down because there's nothing in it at the moment.
Did you see anything different this time, Margaret?
They seem like spells wearing off. They're getting
antsy.
They're getting antsy. But the dragon may be like in worse condition. He looks unhealthy or something.
Yeah, he looks sick or old. Poor guy. The harpy gives me heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies.
Official term.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do we want to hang back and see her close up the show, or should we head for the tap? We might be able to, if we watch from somewhere, we might be able to see her cast the spell.
We might. Yeah. So we should like pretend we're walking away for good, but like find a good viewing point to watch. Like I don't know what our room might look like. Maybe we can watch it from the window of our room.
Yeah, is our room facing the square?
No.
Okay.
It's not.
We should have paid more. Okay, behind some precarious barrels. Okay, how we look for a discreet place to hide where we can maybe see her recast the spells.
Alright, excellent.
Behind the barrels.
Yeah, they're gonna fall, and then she's gonna be like, you two!
Just gonna GM note. I included the barrels because it's in the description there. There's nothing in particular that I have planned for the barrels. Just FYI. I was realizing.
Like somebody attention to them. I'm like, there's something about the barrels.
I was like, I could make something up now. I was like, I'm noticing that as we've been saying. I was like, I mentioned the barrels were there just as like a description of the area, but now it's like the barrels because it was like a description, like an actual thing that was mentioned. Like, okay.
Yeah, we really took that and ran with it.
There wasn't really anything in particular with the barrels. We've already discussed possibly using them to scare the horses, and we could try that, and that's the thing that we could do. But yeah, there's nothing else there. They're not going to like sprout mice or anything.
Okay.
All right, so you're kind of hanging out behind the barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of watching as the crowd slowly starts dissipating. People were hanging around and having a discussion a little bit. No one has made any attempt to kind of throw anything at the animals, which is kind of, thankful and nice. And I think it's something that a lot of the town elders were a little bit more worried about. But yeah, so it's just kind of people starting to dissipate a little bit. Mommy's kind of talking with some of the more interested folk a bit more. You hear the animals are being a bit more restless now, and they're getting up and moving around. And you happen to hear the dragon roar a little bit. And see it get up, and its cage shakes a bit more, which makes the Harvey's cage shake as well.
Marjorie, they're getting really restless. Do you think she'll cast a spell soon?
She must have to.
I know, she doesn't want that dragon accidentally tipping the Harvey's cage or something. It's getting hairy out here. Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Are we fighting?
What?
Yeah. We're gonna fight some of them, aren't we?
Here we go.
Go straight down the middle, sure. Why not? Why not give me anything like... So, as some people are leaving, Mommy kind of looks up and sees the movement and starts and kind of checks around to make sure people are not moving or aren't needing her for anything. And then you see her start doing a little of this and muttering under her breath. Is the thing I'm looking for. Cool, missing that word. Wow. Okay, hang on just a moment. Apparently I can't find the thing I need to find in here. Show me your find.
About hit points and stuff?
No.
Oh.
Something else. Okay, cool. So you can't hear the word that she's saying, and she's got the words that she might be saying when she's doing this. She's been doing it for maybe about a minute or so, when someone comes and tugs on her cloak. And she kind of like, what? And ends up scaring off this little boy who kind of tugged on her cloak a little bit more. And another kind of one of the town, one of the more wealthy folk in the town comes up and tries to engage in more of a conversation. And she keeps like worriedly looking over her shoulder until she gets fully distracted and pulled away from them for a little bit more and taken towards the tavern to eat and have a drink before the end of the evening. You look over and see the animals, and they're all resting at this point, quiet and sleeping.
Okay. Margaret, did you happen to see Mommy casting that spell? She got distracted a couple times, and I don't know what's about magic, but I don't think that bodes well for keeping that harpy under wraps. Or anybody else for that matter.
The spell is certainly compromised.
Well, there's nothing to be done except to see, but now I'm worried about these villagers, so when we go to our tavern, perhaps we should sleep in shifts, because one of us is going to have to be ready to defend these people.
Agreed. We just lock the door extra tight.
Yeah. Nobody here.
Hiding.
Alright, does that sound alright, Margaret? Or maybe I could be making a big deal of nothing. Maybe she knows what she's doing. She's cast the spell many a time. Perhaps we can just go and slumber peacefully.
She didn't start the spell over, right? She just continued.
She didn't start it over. She just got interrupted, but she finished it. She finished the spell. Yes. But
give me
I don't know how it works.
Okay. Yeah.
Give me an
It did work, so we should just be like aware.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we need our
intelligence check really quick.
A what check?
An intelligence check.
Okay.
Be one of the main 6.
16. No, wait.
So I just add intelligence?
17. Yeah.
Okay, 19.
Ooh, okay. She did continue saying the spell, but as you may remember, Valkyra, from when you were first investigating the spell, it took 5 minutes of unbroken concentration to fully cast the spell itself.
That's right. Okay.
She had about 30 seconds of a spell in, and then she got interrupted, and then she tried to go back to it, then was interrupted again. She never finished 5 minutes of uninterrupted spell casting.
Oh boy. Looks like we didn't have to conspire to set these creatures free after all, Margaret, did we? Oh boy. We could tell Mommy that we think she should cast it again.
We could make a big deal in the tavern right now. So that all people are aware and she's aware.
What do you think? She might think I don't want to start a panic. Is the thing. Because it might be fine. But probably not. What should we do?
Maybe we should just... There's like no one else in the square right now, right?
It's pretty well cleared out. There's like 2 or 3 people, but they're not close to the cages, and they're looking like they're slowly walking back home. It's pretty well cleared out at this point.
Well, let's just watch for now.
Okay.
Because maybe they release overnight, and everyone is in their homes. And...
Okay, let's do that. We're just gonna watch. Make sure everything runs away peacefully.
Alright, perfect. Good stuff.
Foolproof.
Oh god. Amazing. Great. So you're where are you going to be watching from? Are you staying kind of put outside the tavern? Are you going to go into your room? Are you going to go to another place? Or what is your plan for where you're going to do this watching?
Can we ask the innkeeper if he can switch us to a room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just play cool. Be like, hey, we were just like wondering if there's a window open. a window room.
All right, so you head back into the tavern. It is raucous at this point. People are in and out and about. You see Mommy is imbibing and enjoying herself immensely with the town folk. So the innkeeper is behind the bar and just kind of hanging out and waiting on people.
Okay. So we go up to the bar. Oh shoot! I never asked his name before. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I know you're very busy, but we'd be more than happy. We'd be more than happy to pay extra for a room that overlooks the square. Is that possible?
We don't have a room that overlooks the square.
Oh.
We did for a while. Everyone complained about it because it was too noisy. So no, we don't have a room that overlooks the square.
It's too noisy. Okay.
Well, thank you for your time.
Too noisy. There's a lot of activity in the square at night usually.
I don't think so, but apparently there were enough people that complained about it. So I was like, we're not worrying about this anymore. We're done with that.
Okay. Okay.
So he's super busy. Here's the thing. Okay, player talk. Yep. He's super busy and distracted. What if we just go upstairs and go? We just sneak to that end of the building and look. There's gotta be a window that overlooks
a single window. If we looked up at the building from the outside, would we see windows? Like we know for sure there are windows there.
Yeah. Do we know there are like spaces we can hide up there?
Roll me an information check or intelligence check. Yeah.
24. Classic. This is so great.
I super love as we do this that, like, especially when you're playing with two people and you're like, cool, everyone roll, and one person definitely gets it, the other person does not get it at all. You're like, you both get the information anyway.
I know.
Coattails.
Yeah.
Team rolls.
You have many good qualities, Marjorie. Perception is not one.
Marjorie, you can't really remember anything about what that side of the building looks like. Valkyra, you have no recollection of there being any windows over there.
Okay. Yes. So then what we're going to do, Marjorie, what say you to...
The barkeep stops by and goes like, no, really, everyone complained. We boarded everything up over there.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. We take your meaning. Wow. I'm sorry about all those complaints. So there are several narrow alleys that open up onto the square. What do you say we just pick the alley behind the tavern? We'll just watch from there because we're already kind of right there. So
yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe I'll sit on the opposite side next to the shrine of Cassoni.
Okay.
Can I hide by Cassoni and watch? Good point. Or it's kind of hidden.
Cassoni's kind of like right in the middle of that wall. There's not necessarily a good place to hide. You could stand by it. I mean, you'd be like wide out in the open, but you could stand by it.
Okay. No, I think I'll continue to hide kind of behind the barrels then.
Okay.
And then why don't I come grab you halfway through the night? We can switch out or do watches, or if anything happens.
Oh, okay. So one of us sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to sleep in the tavern. Marjorie's gonna hang out and watch the first shift.
All right.
But you have to. What's our signal gonna be?
I'm gonna run up and get you.
No.
I can. Do we have a window that overlooks that tiny spot in front?
There is a window out towards kind of that middle space in between the two buildings on the tavern, and those three other buildings are kind of right across from it. So you do have a window from your hotel room right over it.
Okay, so you're going to come throw a pebble.
I'll throw a pebble if crazy happens.
Okay,
I'll just come up and get you so we can switch out.
Okay, alright. Okay, we got a plan.
Excellent. All right, so Valkyra goes up to sleep for the evening, wandering through the mess of people. After kind of entering the tavern, a young man kind of accidentally, you bump shoulders with him, and he kind of looks up and goes, and wanders out. Looks like he possibly drank a smidge too much, but not entirely sure. Looks like he maybe drank a little bit too much, but seemed maybe a bit too sure of his feet for that sort of thing. And so you head up to your bedroom and try to settle in for the evening.
Alright, so I locked the door, and just because that guy gave me a weird feeling, and then, not that I can't defend myself. I used to be evil. And then I say my prayers, and I tuck in. I take my boots off and tuck in. And my armor. No, back up. Leave the armor on, but take the boots off.
Good plan. Not comfortable. That saves all the time.
It's gonna stay on. It's back on. It's back on.
So Margaret, you're gonna hang out behind the barrels.
Yeah.
And just watch.
Like stress balling my stone.
You happen to see the same guy without really knowing that he also bumped into Valkyra, and there's a slight jingle every time he takes a step. Not much, just the slightest little jingle.
No, calm down.
And you see him kind of walk towards the center of town, but as soon as he gets into the square, he kind of makes a left and kind of walks away. So he's not heading towards the people, or not heading towards the caravan at this point. So you settle down for the evening, kind of watching around. Valkyra is sleeping. Wow. Okay. It's a good, solid evening sleep at this point. Valkyra, you are out hard. In the air, it's just kind of warm and calm. And Mardred, you feel yourself nodding off as well as you kind of sit there. And about an hour later, there's the thing. Roll me a survival check, both of you.
What's the
Intelligence.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, natural 19 with my intelligence bonus is 20.
I only got an 11.
Oh, actually, plus I have proficiency with survival, so 22 total.
Survival is a wisdom check instead of an intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh.
That means I have an 18.
18, okay. And
I got an 11.
11, okay, cool. So then, about an hour later, Mardred, you are awake to the sounds of screaming in the town. Pause for a moment. Mardred, in your haste of being woken up, you did not grab the pebbles you had previously and launch a rather large-sized rock up the window, and it breaks the window entirely.
I wake up, what the?
Now many people are awake.
There is screaming. There's a little bit of fire happening around the town, and you hear some roars, and people are out and about. Time to, what would you like to do?
Roll initiative.
Wait, Kyle, am I able to wake up? Because it seems like I was like pretty dead asleep. Am I able to wake up?
You were woken up by the stone breaking through the window.
You don't say. Okay, so I catch on pretty quick to what's going on. Like, great, she wake me up.
This happened all this second.
Okay.
0 to 80.
So I peek my head through the shards of my window. I see Mardred is also shaking up. The screams fire. I'm going to. I'm pretty tall. I also have wings. I'm going to jump from the second story down. I'm just going to jump down.
Ooh, all right. Alright.
Do I have to? Yeah, I can kind of break my like speed with my wings.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
She falls on the barrel.
Natural 19 and is that dexterity? For athletics? Which one? Oh yeah. No, strength. So a 22.
Yep, you are able to make that jump. I'm going to say that we use those wings a little bit, and it kind of just helps buffet your fall a little bit more. You do a little bit of a down swoop just before you let it, and it kind of just...
Okay.
Cool. So you are down. You see people running around. Someone just goes, Manticore! As they run past. Running away, screaming. It's just chaos at this point.
Okay. Shoot.
Do we see Mama Fortuna anywhere? I mean, Mommy.
You do not, but you're still just kind of like, you don't have a good view of the square anymore. Right now from where you're at, because you're kind of in a little bit behind the barrels still.
Okay. This I don't even know. I don't want to kill any creatures, but there's obviously like something. It's bad. What do we do?
Can we? Yes, maybe stealthily move out into the square so like as not to attract any creatures' attention if creatures are out, to see like a better view of what's happening.
You must never run from anything make-believe. From anything magical? Is that what you meant? Magical make-believe? Okay, what are you rolling for?
A stealth check?
Oh, okay. Oh, do I have to do that too?
Yes, you do.
You want to be stealthy?
I do. Whoops, Kyle. Okay, yep.
Reroll the stuff that falls off.
7.
5.
So no stealth.
No stealth.
No, not a thing. You maybe have wanted to stealth, but the action around has made it impossible to focus in the same way that you would really want to get a good stealthing in. Yeah.
Okay.
So, so you're kind of heading back out towards the middle of, you're able to kind of get a good view of the square. And as you look out, you see all of the caravan has been broken, smashed to some capacity. None of the 5 creatures are still in that space.
Great. Okay. Well, can we check? We need to do a scan for the harpy. That's the most dangerous one.
Yeah. So we want to perceive their locations if they're within eyesight.
Okay, so let's. We're gonna call that a survival check.
Okay.
Sounds accurate.
Right.
17.
Very
8,
nice.
15.
Okay, excellent. Great. So as you're looking around, you at this point do not see the harpy in the sky and have no sign of her. There is, you do not see the manticore. You do not see the serpent. You do not see the dragon at this point. But the satyr is kind of... there's a group of people who are kind of pinned against the wall close to where Cassoni's thing is. And the satyr is just kind of like menacingly pinning them down, looking like it's about to attack them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well... Okay, so I read in the... I think we're gonna try to save those people, right? Yep. So I read in the manual about fighting. One of the moves you can do is a shove.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shove? I'd like to try to shove the manticore, or sorry, the satyr off the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. So you wanna try to do like a surprise attack first. So let's do that. Let's see if I can remember how we do a shove. I think that's a strength check.
Okay.
basic DC. So yeah, give me a strength check.
11. Not good. Not great.
So you are able to run up and give the satyr a shove, and he has to do a bit of a balance check for sure, but does not really get moved away from his position, and then looks right down at you and kind of roars right in your face. Roll initiative.
Okay, here we go. P.S. I never put my boots back on, so I'm barefoot right now. I jumped out of the window barefoot. 18.
Okay.
Plus sweet what was it? This is that. So 20.
Okay.
You nice.
All right. So. This music is going to get loud, and it's building, but I don't want to blast out my roommates. All right, so you are, well, Kira, it is actually your turn first.
Okay.
Reach out and grab his throat.
He's taller than me, I think. Wait, for clarification, the manticore, we're fighting the manticore, right?
Fighting the satyr.
Fighting the satyr. The satyr is the one who stands upright.
He's like kind of monkey with horns, right? Ape.
Exactly.
Like ape face and yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, I don't be able to grab him around the throat. But I draw my hand axe and oh gosh, I feel so bad for him. Try to chop at him with my hand axe.
Okay.
16 plus 3. 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21.
21 is your damage?
No, I'm sorry. No, that was.
Oh, no, that was your hit. Okay, that's a hit. That's right. That's correct.
Okay, that's a hit. My this. I roll, right? Because it says D6. Yeah, okay. Alright, sorry, damage is coming. Okay.
No, you're good. I was confused
myself.
myself.
Damage is 7.
7?
Yeah.
Great. So it roars, in frustration. Margaret, it is your turn.
How far away am I from the satyr right now?
Let's see. So we have, say Margaret, you're like here. We'll have, where are my things? Here is the wall. Here are some people. And say there's the manticore. We'll say Valkyra is right here, right next to it. And Mardred, you're just like here.
Okay. I think I'm going to throw one of my javelins at it to start.
All right, yeah.
16 would be the hit.
15 is a hit.
6 damage.
6 damage. It gets you 2. Actually, perfect. So as you hit that, the satyr cries out in pain, and you kind of watch your vision blur a little bit with it. And then all of a sudden, instead of this large creature that's towering over you, there is but a small ape that kind of comes up to about your hip that is right there instead. And it wanders away quickly and screaming because it's scared out of its mind. And is gone.
Okay.
And the people are all thankful and confused and run to their homes.
Okay, good.
Which may or may not be safe.
Margaret, does something tell you these creatures are illusions?
Maybe the magic wasn't to contain them, the magic was to change them.
Exactly. Alright, well, it appears we have to attack them to get the illusion to dissipate. Would you agree? I don't know. Maybe not necessarily.
Yeah, I suppose if they're still... There's other ones still around wreaking havoc. We have to fight them.
Are there any others around wandering villagers?
You happen to hear... Oh, goodness. What do we got still? You happen to hear kind of down the other exit road, there are people screaming rather loudly around that direction.
Okay. We run that way.
Let's check out what's over there.
Yeah. What's the light spell? I have a light spell. What does that do? Or cantrip. It's a cantrip.
It creates light. If you go into your player's handbook, all the spells are in the back.
Uh-huh.
There should be a spell
list of...
I believe the light cantrip is just like, let there be light.
Okay. I was just wondering if that's the only spell or cantrip that I have, because it would be great to cast something counter that would reveal to the villagers that they're all, well, the harpies is probably not an illusion, I'm guessing, but they're all, they might be, their eyes might be tricking them, but I don't have anything like that. Yeah.
Alas.
Not yet. Okay.
So you come running down to look at the way out, and you see the manticores kind of like running around. You actually see a couple people have died and are on the side street there, just kind of lying around, and it's angry and running around trying to nab at something. Scorpion tail is flying and trying to nail whatever it can. And it turns and looks at the both of you. Roll initiative again.
Ew. 7.
14. Such intense battle music. Alright, so... I want that up still. That goes away. That goes away. Okay. So... Sadly for the both of you, the Manticore goes first.
Okay.
Jeez. This could hurt. Jesus. Okay. Fine. Margaret, it's coming after you first. And it's bounding on over, and it's going to make its first attack, which is going to be a natural 20. So
double damage.
And it's going to... it's going to try and slash it with the claw. Lowest possible damage option.
Very gracious of you.
Alright, so it does a hit, and we're looking at one of these. It would be 16 damage.
Yowchi.
It's going to try.
I'm bloodied.
You're what?
Bloodied.
No good. Alright.
God.
It's going to make another attempt. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Margaret? Cool, great. So the bite did not work, and it's going to make an attempt to hit you with its tail spike as well. Oh, and then it does a 2, so that's not a hit for you either. Cool. Alright. So, you are safe there. Margaret, it is your turn to respond.
Alright. Gonna stab him in the face with my hand axe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stabby.
Yeah. 20 total.
Ooh. That is definitely a hit.
One damage. Oh, plus strength. Right, 4 damage.
Okay, I was like, 1 damage. Okay. 4 damage total. Cool. Alright, Valkyria, it is your turn.
Okay, so I want to try a grapple as my action. But it says I can't grapple with it unless it can't be more than, it has to be no more than one size larger than me. So what size is it?
It is large.
And I forget what the humans are, or regular
You're medium,
players.
so it's one size larger than you.
Okay. Okay, so I'd like to grapple with it because I suspect he's just like an old lion. So I just want to like try to get control of him and if I can, like drag him back to some sort, I don't know, like just subdue him, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure you can. Yeah, let's try.
So it says you do an athletics check.
Yeah, against each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oh shoot. Hold on.
Okay, so he got an 8.
And I got a 7.
Oh.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah, I got a 7.
So that grapple doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And that's your turn.
Yep. Okay. I wanted to try something new.
I appreciate that effort. And the Manticore has now been made explicitly aware of your presence, and now looks over at you. It's going to try and move away. Margin, you get an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
14?
Yep, that's a hit. Give me some damage.
9 damage.
Much better. Okay. That helps a good amount. Alright, and now it's going to make a series of attacks on Valkyria. First with Zikra. Okay, that's an 8, which I'm guessing is not a hit.
No.
Great, it's going to make it a bite attack next, which is going to be a 21.
Okay, that does hit me.
Okay, and be 9 damage there.
Okay.
And the tail spike coming in is going to be an 11.
So 9 plus 11?
Nope, just a 9 as damage.
Oh,
And
okay.
the 9 was its attack roll, so that I'm guessing does not hit you.
No.
Okay, Margaret, it is your turn.
Okay. I think I'll move kind of around to the back side of the Manticore. Yeah, so that I can attack with advantage.
Well played.
Okay, first roll would be 18.
That is a hit.
And actually, the second one would be a total of 22.
Okay,
Okay.
That's a hit for sure.
Damage would be 7. 7 damage.
Cool. Math, okay. Cool. Excellent. Valkyr, it is your turn. You get to attack with advantage.
Okay.
So you flank to the beast.
I'm gonna swing and try to chop off his scorpion tail.
Ooh. Very interesting.
He can't sting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 18.
18 is a hit.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Second roll. Okay, first roll is better. 18.
Okay, 18 is a hit. Give me a damage.
Eh? 5.
5 total.
Yeah.
Adding your strength then? For your dexterity, whichever it is? Strength? Yeah, it's strength.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Roll 2.
You made quite the attempt at the scorpion tail. And it is definitely injured, but it is not sliced off, or at least the barb is not sliced off.
Okay.
So it definitely hurts from that movement that you made.
Okay.
All right. It is its turn again, and it's still looking right at you, Valkyra. Very unhappy.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. So for the sake of our sake of the story, we're gonna say it's gonna try and do that tail spike at you immediately. And unfortunately for it, it critically failed that. So no, come back, previous thing. Load up. Okay. And it did itself 10 damage on that one.
Whoa.
And it is now officially bloodied.
Whoa.
So some hefty beasts we're dealing with tonight. All right. It's going to make another attack with a bite at you. 14 is a 14 hit you, Valkyra.
No.
Cool. Misses again. It's a little perturbed because it just stabbed itself, I guess. And that did not finish rolling, so give me a thing. Cool. And then what about a 15? Does that hit you?
No.
Cool. So claw misses as well. I'm going to say because we have already heavily damaged the tail spike, that tail barb has sliced completely off and is no longer available as an attack. Partially because I don't want to roll 3 attacks against you guys anymore. Because that's a lot. And too many options for damage. Margaret, it is your turn to whack-a-mole the manticore.
Okay. Am I still diamond?
You're still flanked. Yeah,
Okay.
you still get advantage.
Excellent. Okay, well, the first one would have been 23 total. Okay, that was way better. Okay. 5 damage.
5 damage. Alright, so that... Excellent. Valkyria, your turn.
Okay. 11. Is that a hit?
No, 11 does not hit.
Boo.
The manticore, I think it's in a weird enough spot that it can't turn around, per se. I don't know if this is true, but it feels weird to let them turn around without it being an attack of opportunity for both of you. So it's going to stay where it's at and focus on the beast in front of it. Screw it up. So, Sarah Valkyria, it's going after you still.
Okay.
And so it's going to make its bite attack. Does a 17 hit you?
So that is equal to my armor. So is that a hit? Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
And claw attack. A 7 does not hit you, I'm assuming.
No.
Yep, so you just get away with that 7 damage. And now, Margaret, it is your turn.
Alright. Stabby. 9 was the first roll. Okay, 17 is the second roll.
Michelle, did you roll advantage on your attacks?
I didn't. I forgot to roll a second time.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to you in a second, then you can do your second one. What was your second roll, Margaret?
17.
17's a hit. Roll me damage.
4.
4 damage. We're just whittling this down.
I should have gone into a rage earlier.
Oh my gosh, I totally... Yes, I'm level 3 now. I can do that, what is that called? I can do, like, I can morph into, like, a angel thing. Like, it's that thing that lasts for...
There's more to battle.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold your horses, everyone.
Yeah, you're okay. Cool. So, Valkyria, why don't you roll me another advantage attack?
Okay. So 18 that time.
That's a hit. Give me damage.
Okay. Only 5.
Whittling our way down here. Slowly but surely. Hold on. I'm going to do a thing really quick.
That's a good one.
It's hard to say. Yeah, that's a good one because she has light eyes. They have dark eyes when they're the fallen ones.
Cool. Okay. Yep, I like that better. Okay. Like figuring out my mechanic real quick. All right. So it is not doing so hot. It is feeling the pain, and it's going to. Gosh, this song.
Is that Blade Runner? Yeah.
So that was the song I used for when we started Jonan off in his solo bit before we got started, and this was him kind of just a little bit up the mountain over his town, looking out over the desert and the stuff happening there, and I was like, yep. All right, Manticore is going to make another attempt on you, Valkyria. As you know, it's not doing so hot with this. Oh, alright. But then it's going to roll perfectly, so yeah, it's definitely a hit for you, because it totals over 20. Great. Cool. Tiny. 10 damage.
Okay. Yikes.
You doing okay there?
I have 3 hit points.
Ooh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm going to have to retreat soon.
Yeah, you will. The next one is going to not hit you, actually. Misses completely. It was a 12 total. So, Margaret, it is your turn. Give it a whack, should you so choose.
Okay. Yes. I do so choose. 7, so good thing I have advantage still. Oh, I did not hit it. I did not hit it. I rolled a 7 and a 5.
Valkyria, it is your turn.
Okay. I can, so I do have a healing potion.
Good.
Can I take it, or does that take a turn?
Pause on that for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The magic is strange.
The magic is wild.
Magic is wild. Yeah, give us the attack.
Okay. 18.
That is a hit. Give me damage.
Okay. damage of 6.
Excellent. All right, so that is gonna. At this point, after you have gotten this hit, you see the image flicker a little bit more, and an old, shabby lion without any teeth starts trotting away from you out of town to get away at that point. And at this point, things are a little bit quieter. It doesn't really feel like things are done, but you haven't heard anything else happen. It seems like the screaming is kind of it's not coming from anywhere in particular. People are concerned, but they're not like stuff's not going down immediately at the moment.
Okay. Wow. Well, I need a healing potion because I am not prepared for another fight at this moment. So I'm going to take my healing potion. I rolled. It looks like I rolled
2d6.
So roll this twice.
Yep, and then add whatever total is equal to.
Okay, so 4 plus 1. So 5. Okay. Alright, well, something. Okay, and what should we do? There's still, so the lion, the manticore's gone, the satyr's gone. There's still a serpent somewhere. Well, if we don't see them attacking people, we should assume they just got out. But we should. We should. Sorry, I'm so tired.
No, that's okay. Let's do a stretch.
We should try to help put out fires or something.
Yeah.
Try to restore some order to the town.
Excellent. That's great. Yeah. So let's.
Mommy.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye out for Mommy and or the harpy too, because
Righto. So then, if I may also interject, perhaps one of the things you would want to do as you are helping put out fires is to encourage everyone to go inside.
Oh, okay, yes.
We want inside where it is safer for them a little bit.
So, people, go inside, go in your home.
Sure, we're going to call that survival checks. So let's just say there's about 5 fires out in town, or out about in the town right now. So let's get some rolls for those.
Okay. I did. That's okay. Okay. What was that? Survival?
Survival checks.
11.
12.
Wait.
11 and 12. Great. That's a pass. So you've successfully put one of the fires out. We're going to say this one was south side of the city, just on the edge of town square. Great job with that one. Made it less of an issue. Let's give us another roll.
Okay. 19.
19 as well.
Excellent. This one is right across the way from the tavern and those 3 buildings, and you were able to put that one out really effectively. Very little fire damage from what you're able to find. Let's give us another survival check, please.
20.
Ooh.
7.
Excellent. So the next one is actually way up by the entrance of town, and as you are able to put it out, actually as Valkyria is able to put it out, you notice that the thing for Kento is no longer there.
Oh.
Burned down in the process.
Oh no.
Another survival check.
Okay.
10.
8.
All right.
Here's the King Arthur music. This is like a Golden City song. Kyle hasn't seen the movie though. He just has music, so I think they'll like it.
What? There we go. What?
Oh my gosh.
What just
My
happened?
person hasn't seen the latest King Arthur either. It's my favorite adaptation.
Maybe you mentioned it.
Yeah. I think we should have a movie night after we play D&D or something.
So, a thing that I'm thinking along those lines, by the way, we rolled it so that you both passed the DC for that. We gave you a couple extra points for the wild magic and the blessing of the water.
Thank you.
So you both did that. We're able to put that one out. Give me one more roll for survival.
Okay.
16.
11.
Great. So you put the last two fires out there a little bit kind of further back on the east side of town, near kind of typical lodgings, but they have been put out. So the 5 major fires are down. There's a couple more torches that are in the area, but nothing is on fire that shouldn't be on fire, we'll say. People seem to be calming down a little bit more. No one's really sure what's happening. But yeah, that is kind of where we're at. And I think I might say that we will call it there for the night, and that there is stuff for us to do immediately next time coming back, and perhaps we will have a Joan who appears to help out a little bit more.
Oh,
have a third person doing some damage also.
Okay.
And we'll see if our gnome friend is able to join us at any point.
I know.
That was, she was. I was gonna make it so that she was able to see the
see the illusions?
Yeah, the illusions right through them immediately in comparison, which is fine. All right, so let's.
Should we write down any experience points for what we've done so far, or should we just do that next time when it's all done?
No, you can write them down. Hang on, we're gonna do it's going to be 400 XP per person.
Okay.
Nice. 1745.
Yeah.
Nice. So a thing that I was thinking about the grand get together thing. I don't know exactly what days this might happen, so I might kind of press the parents to see what they can are thinking of doing. But they were going to make a plan to go and be out of town for a few days at some point this summer.
Yeah.
And so when that happens, guess who will be house sitting at their place?
Oh, you.
And like we could easily do it. That like if we have enough advance notice, I'd be like, take the days off, come on down. Maybe we could do like a middle of the week sort of thing, depending on how it went. You could sleep over, because we'd have beds for it. Beds and couches, and we could kind of do like a thing. So I'm going to see if I can get them to figure out when that might be.
Okay.
And see if we can plan that out a little bit more. I know
That sounds really fun.
I know they have to do they want to do some planning on that anyways, or they will want to do planning on it anyways, because we have family coming in over the summer. It's the big time to come visit Grandma from the East Coast family is the summer months. Particularly as it is her 99th birthday, and now everyone is like the whole like, okay, like not that we want to jinx anything, but we're not going to be surprised if she doesn't make it to 100 because
99 is a big birthday.
Not that she is necessarily like on her deathbed by any means, but it's like it's 99. Something can happen and it can like deteriorate in a week. So we're like, all right, taking our time. We're just going to go check in and have our time with Grandma. So they're going to figure out. We're trying to figure out exactly when that is. I'm actually trying to encourage the family to be like, make a Google Calendar of when everyone's going to be here so our entire family can see it.
Yeah. Because summer's gonna fly by, so it's like you got. It seems like a long time, but it's not.
It's really not. And then we have to deal with like, and I get a little perturbed because then I have to deal with like, okay, family's here, cool, great. When are we doing dinner and what's happening there? And I'll be there as soon as I can because I'm working during the day.
Right.
Because I can't take off like 20 random days during the summer.
You can't? Yeah, weird.
It doesn't work out so well.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, interestingly, I believe you haven't met the Harpy yet, but the Harpy is not your biggest challenge in this group.
I wonder if it's money. Yeah.
Manticore was harder than the Harpy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh!
Because, I mean, they have, like, a Manticore in the book, or in, like, the things. It's rated higher than the Harpy is.
Okay.
We
also don't know what became of the dragon or the serpent. We don't know for sure.
Exactly.
And one of these could be real. The dragon could be real because it had like
someone else likes worms.
The serpent is going to be higher than the Harpy.
I'm going to have to do something major. I have 8 health right now. Are there healing potions in those barrels?
The other thing that you could do, since there seems to be nothing else happening at the moment, you could decide to trade off who is resting again and get some of that XP back.
Well, see that, yeah, it's your turn to rest. I got to rest all the way until a rock came through my window, so.
Well, I still have 10 hit points.
Okay.
I could just rest first.
Okay. Okay, we'll say I took a rest in that lull.
Yeah.
But it would be a short one, not a long one. So.
All right, and at that point you can choose to throw up to 3 of your hit dice to regain HP back.
I put that as well.
Okay, which one?
This one. Oh, and you're on level 3 now, so you can do 3. You can roll up to 3 d10s and regain that much in your health.
What's your total?
They regenerate at the rate of 1 hit point per long rest.
Which one is this one? Is 10? Help me, which one is
12? Oh, this one's 10.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Wait, no, it's 8. Your 10's on the other side. There you go. You have a d10? Oh, you're...
This one?
Yes.
I'm so dumb about the polyhedral stuff. Okay.
You get used to them pretty quickly, actually. You'll figure it out.
Okay. So, this is a 6, so I get to roll 3 times, yeah?
Up to 3 times if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Because how they regenerate, your hit dice regenerate at 1 per long rest. Right?
That would make sense. I can't say that I have really done more than like 1 at a time. Just to get myself a little bit, or just to like get myself to the long rest. So, I will investigate that.
Yeah. So use your hit die before your short rest. The short rest won't.
Well, yeah, you can do it in your short rest. That's what you can do to regain HP in a short rest. Is roll the dice. Whereas a long rest, the HP all comes back.
Oh, I see that. Oh, okay. All right, so it's 6 and a 2, a 6 and a 2 and a 4. So I just pick the best one.
All of them.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Well, that helps. I'm ready to fight then next time.
Yay!
Yeah.
I rolled one of them to regain 10 health.
All right. So, Mordred, what is your total HP?
Total is 26. Currently, I'm at 20.
Okay. And your
my total is 33, and I'm currently at 20.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah, I feel like I could weather another fight.
I'm like thinking of the game that the other one that I'm running with Chris, and we're both at like 80 something HP, and it's like, oh, we're like, you can take a few hits and everything's fine. You can do like 3 battles in a day, and if you're in like decent luck, you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna have to do any regeneration until I go to bed.
But it's good though because they say like a good game that is designed around the concept of flow, you don't always succeed. And if it's not challenging enough, it's boring. You know what I mean? So it has to be this balance of challenging and I don't always succeed, and then which is hard for the game master, you know. And I know there's like you make the monsters be on level, but I think it's boring if you always succeed. You know, I mean.
Just wait till your Awesomer dies. and then you'll be like, it's good to have a challenge.
So, personally, I have like...
I'd be so sad. I'd just start a whole new character. It'd be awful.
I have like a very particular view about how I go about jamming that sort of thing. I am in the camp of like, I will never do anything that would kill one of my players. Like, we'll make it difficult. We'll make it like we have to like do some real interesting strategy to make sure this person stays alive. Sure, we can make that happen, but I'm never going to put it to the point where they die. And I choose to instead make things interesting by maybe they thought they were doing the right thing, and the work they ended up doing actually end up screwing things up in another area down the road. Or other things happen that you weren't necessarily intending. So like the fighting is a thing that happens, but I err on the side of not killing my players.
That's good.
Because that feels... Yeah, and it feels like on some level like this is still a game, this should still be fun. And because you attach yourself so much to your characters, like killing a character for me is like... Wait, why do I want to do this again? What's the point? Because this isn't fun anymore. This feels like, So I try to like, we'll make this challenging in a variety of other ways. We'll increase the interest in other ways. But yeah, the challenges are going to be at the point where like we can struggle with it, but you're going to survive battles.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. There were a couple times when it almost happened to me. I was like, I don't want to come back and play again if my character's dead. Like, not after all this work that I put in with them. Like, that's not... No, I'm done. Hard pass there. So
my character dies, I die.
Right? Exactly. And I'm out. It's over. Exactly.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, low-key kind of game. A little more on the exposition side than anything else. But I was excited to be able to give you guys that little bit of Mummy Fortuna.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
I've been telling Chris, I was like, I've been struggling a little bit with what to write for this campaign, because I have like a general idea on... I have like a very generalized overarching idea of what the plot of the story is going to be. But with the one that I'm doing for him right now, I've got like, there are 7 sections of this story plot. I have I know what the general ideas of each one, and we go into the next one, I'm like, cool, great. I spend a few days kind of like building out what that plot is. I can pull in what other stuff has happened and where we've kind of like done things and where he interacts with stuff and more stuff happens. And it's easy for it to kind of build on other things, and I have it, and I know what the end game is and where we're going with this. Whereas with this one's like, we kind of started playing and are like, I don't really know that much about where we're going or what's going to happen. So I've been trying to like do a little bit more of like, okay, well, I started today doing a little more like planning out what some of the individual sections are going to be, so I can pull those storylines out a little bit more and have like mini arcs here and there. But this one was like, I need a thing, and I know I want them to go to a town, and something's gonna happen there. And I was like, what can I do? And I was like,
well, it works so well because of the unicorn subplot or plot. You know, there's a lot of plots going on, but yeah, it really fits in because we know she's after one. We've seen them. Yeah, so I thought it was pretty seamless. So.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting too watching you guys play it with the knowledge of who Mummy Fortuna was. It was kind of like, I was like, I'm not going to be too prickly about this. And I was like, you don't know anything about her. It's just this random old woman. You're
I know. I was trying to be like, wait, we don't know her name, don't we?
Yeah.
And we don't. Maybe she is a nice lady, not like the other one.
Yeah. It all worked out to the point where I was like, yeah, once you talk to her a little bit more, you're going to be like, I'm concerned about this human being and what she does and what she stands for. But yeah, it was kind of funny. And then you were also doing the whole like, I think these other things are just illusions, but the harpy's real. And I'm like,
Yeah.
like, okay, sure. Which is what at the end I was like, actually, the harpy is the second lowest rated XP out of all of them. Just not the big damage thing you're gonna worry about.
Yeah, I guess I did an editorial.
Which is part of the fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, which is part of the fun. The other thing I was figuring out there was I was like, okay, at what point of the creature's HP how low does it have to be before the illusion is destroyed? So yeah,
that's cool because that mechanic reminds me of Lord of the Rings Online and probably other games are like this, where some enemies you fight them until they're just like defeated. Like they don't die, but if it's like a ring wraith, you can like chase it off. But so you fight it down to like 75% down or whatever, and then it flees, but you didn't kill it, but your battle's over. Yeah, so that's kind of what it reminded me of. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought process. Is like
Totally,
with these, depending on how much HP they have, it's either you get them to single digits if they're low enough HP, or 25% of their health is when whenever you cross over that boundary, whatever it is, that's when it goes.
Yeah, that was cool. Cool.
That works. Cool. So we got stuff to start off with next time. I'll plan a little bit more and try and figure out where we go after this little town. And what they're working on, and hopefully we'll have at least one, if not two more people joining us next time. Whenever that will be. So we'll keep in touch to figure out when we go again.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. It was kind of a long time this time, so sorry about that. That was my fault.
It wasn't your fault. It was everyone's fault. It took a little while to plan the next part, so it worked out. It was fine.
I keep like a good calendar. I often look at it too fast, or I think I know. You know what I mean? Like what I have available, but I didn't look. You know what I mean? So I gotta get beautiful about like look at what you wrote in because you wrote it in. So.
Yeah, seriously.
It's very different for you because it was last week in school, but you had stuff to do on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today.
Yeah.
School, so
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool, great. I was like, I might even be able to do something where, I even think we might be able to have Joan and catch up on XP with you guys. As much as I can. Yeah, cool. Well, sleep well, friends.
You too.
Have a wonderful week.
Yeah, you as well.
Thank you. And, we will chat soon.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, until next time.
Good night.
Bye.